This building served as a jail from 1863 to 2003. So you've got a lot of stories of misery in and out of this building. There were a couple of hangings here, and we have, I think, 3 graves in the courtyard. So you never know. If any place ought to be haunted, this is probably it. Before we opened, we brought in a half a dozen archaeologists and a First Nations elder to unpack the archaeology before we set up an exhibit. We were unpacking the archaeology, and at one point I heard somebody call my name quite distinctly, and I responded. And I responded again. I didn't get any answers, so I shrugged it off. We took everybody for a tour through the building down into the basement, and the elder said to me, "Is this place haunted?" And I said, "Well, you tell me." And he said, "Well, I feel a presence here." And later on, I was talking to one of my colleagues there, and I said, "Well, what do you think about this haunting business?" Because I wanted to feel her out on the whole issue. And she said, "Well, you were the one that heard somebody call you."
I've had people come in here actually on tours, and they have friends that are mediums, and they've been saying, "I need to bring my friend through here. There has to be something in here."
My main thing with it is I've been here for 5 years now, and I don't live too far away from here, and a lot of evenings when we leave, the lights, I know the lights are off. I know I've turned them off myself, and I will go out later on in the evening with my husband for a drive or something, and mainly the 3rd floor. The lights are always on in the same spot.
I'll be sure I've turned off all the lights at night, and then I'll come in the next morning to turn them back on, and they're already on. Or there's a little office down here, and then there's this big hallway that I'm standing in now, and I'll be working that alone. No one else will be here, and I'll just look up feeling as if someone's about to walk into the room or is coming down the hall and no one's there.
My husband had an experience that kind of upset him a little bit. He was here by himself. I had to slip out for a while, and it was on a weekend, Sunday, and usually it was about 5:30 at night. And when I came back, he's sitting on the outdoor step, and I'm, "What's going on?" And he told me that he could hear voices. He could hear a perfect conversation going on, and he knew he was the only one in here.
The creepiest one was probably when I was upstairs on the 3rd floor, which is the top floor. It hasn't been restored or anything, or cleaned up. There's still even graffiti written on there from the prisoners, and I was up there with another coworker, and we were just kind of looking around for office spaces, getting ideas to build in offices, and we kept hearing a bang from the other cell block, and we were kind of freaked out, but we said, "Oh, well, maybe it's just the cell bars hitting each other." So we went over there and hit the bars together to try and see if it was a sound, and it was a different sound, so we left and came back downstairs. I don't like going downstairs to the basement specifically. If no one else is in the building, I won't go upstairs, like to the 3rd floor or to the basement. I'll just stay where the tour areas are.
People come through this building, and the first question they seem to have is this place haunted? And we can't honestly say, so I'm hoping that we can get a resolution to that question tonight.
Initially, I thought the exterior of the building was quite interesting. The old stonework and everything is quite unique, I find, but we've done an initial walkthrough with some of the staff here at the museum, and usually I pick up some sort of feeling, but tonight there's only really one spot that I actually had, a feeling of, hair standing up and whatnot.
So far, since we've got here, we've our hosts Tom, Liz, and Carly, they gave us a tour of the location, showed us outside all of the cell blocks, 1st, 2nd, 3rd floor basement, and so now we've just finished as a team setting up cameras on the 2nd and 3rd floor as well as the main floor here.
It is a very large building, so we wanted to make sure that everyone knew where they were going. It's still going to be very difficult. There's places around here that you need to lay breadcrumbs to get your way back, but it's going to be a great investigation.
In this place, the experiences that people have generally been feelings of being watched, or just a presence around. I believe Paul has felt something already tonight.
I get dizzy and I get very nauseous in my stomach, and it just feels like a lot of anger.
During our tour, there was a couple spots that I didn't get anything that was to me paranormal or anything. Mostly physical reactions, dizziness, places of feeling sick. The one hallway, there was a lot of military memorabilia. Shane and I both at the same time had hair on our arms stand up. We both just stop and look at each other. It's a lot of residual energy with a lot of the war items, I believe.
I personally haven't felt anything, so it'll be interesting to see what, if anything, does happen tonight.
It's about 10:25 on Saturday, July 11th. This is Rob. I'm in the basement of the old Lindsay Gaol or jail, and I'm with Brad and Carly from the museum. We're in the basement in the former kitchen area where there are apparently claims of, I guess, abnormalities here. So we're going to spend a little bit of time and see if anyone is with us here tonight. So we're not here to harm you. As I said, my name is Rob, and we're wondering if anyone happens to be with us right now in the basement of the jail. We have a couple of little instruments, I guess you could say, that are placed beside us here that have kind of an orange light on them. Maybe put your hand near it, the device will go off like this and let us know that you're here. It's not going to harm you in any way. I just saw, I'll just pay attention. I thought I saw a flash of light behind Carly down in the hallway, but I'll just kind of watch that. I think it was my eyes, but I'll kind of pay attention to that. I'm just going to stroll. I'm just going to stand
Be careful.
for a second. Carly, may I see the light just for a moment, please? Thank you. I just want to be sure there isn't. The window couldn't. The window that's on the other side doesn't come through here.
Okay.
No, it doesn't. You saw that light. You saw that as well, Carly,
Yes.
did you? Yeah, it was right here. Yeah, and that was the same thing that I'd noticed previous. So maybe we'll go back there and ask some more questions. If somebody's here where you're somehow trying to manifest yourself and causing some light in the hallway, we think it was a car from outside, but if not, are you able to do that again? If you're here, you've got to make a noise or touch one of us, turn one of these devices on so that we know that you're here.
Mm-hmm. Footsteps.
Sound was going up or down.
It just sounded more like on concrete than metal. It sounded deeper than that.
So it would have been there.
That's a deeper sound for sure.
It was poppy. Let's go for the fourth word.
I left the audio and the K2 running in there.
Okay, so we're upstairs. We're chasing some footsteps here. Is there anyone up here with us? Can you make a noise?
That's me.
If that was you, were you running away from us? Or are you getting us to follow you? If you want us to follow you, make another noise and we'll walk in that direction. Noise from outside.
I just heard something else too
More.
in front of you. It just sounded like another footstep.
Are you coming closer or are you leading me somewhere? Instant headache. Did you get it?
I just about fell over.
It's all
I just
old,
lost my balance.
it's all old records. You okay there? Do you want the light on?
I'm okay. It's got big time chills.
This hallway. Do you see the lighting on it?
No.
Up against the wall. See the wall light?
Let's go to the cell area.
Okay. Brad, can you see okay?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Just doing an EVP session, hoping that we can connect with any spirits that may be here, any inmates, any past employees, and hoping maybe you can have a conversation with us. And if we don't hear you now, maybe we can hear you after when we take a look at some of the recordings. So
Did you see those?
what the hell was that?
There was one, it went there, and that one, it just decided that was a different color. They were flashing, yeah.
What was that?
I don't know.
Maybe we'll just go dark for a minute and just sit tight for a minute and see.
Yeah, let's do that.
Geez, sorry. Yeah, see, that wasn't red. Did you see it that time or no?
Yeah, I saw it that time.
Was it a reflection, like something that bounced off the wall, or like
No, I think it's
from a device?
It's a unit up there, I think.
Okay.
Well, why don't we just sit here for a bit?
Yeah.
Not say anything. Why don't we sit on the floor and maybe we won't say anything. We'll just leave the audio recording.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Let's watch for cell doors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Actually, I'll go this way. How do you feel? Fine.
Yeah, I feel pretty fine. The only time I ever feel creepy is when I'm near the solitary confinement areas.
Okay.
Maybe-
Is that at the end? No. which
Those
one?
are these areas in here.
Oh, okay, okay.
These three or four.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I think you should do a solo in there, Rob.
Yeah, I think so too. So Ben, we're gonna head up to the third floor with myself, Carly, Tom, and Liz. Did you hear that? That sounded like a footstep.
We gotta make sure we're standing still.
I did not move.
I heard it.
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
I think it was a footstep. Is it more of a...
Yeah.
so Like that,
that's why I
right?
thought
Yeah.
it might be you
No,
settling
I didn't
in.
move.
Okay.
No, I never moved.
Okay, let's stay still.
Was that you making a noise up here on the third floor with us?
I don't know, I just moved my leg. Was it that?
No, I didn't hear that.
Okay, that's me stepping.
Yeah, you have good hearing as well. Do you want to stand on the left over here? I assume if you're up here on the third floor, you're a female prisoner or inmate, is that right? Yeah, I did, yeah.
It sounded like the car just went by outside.
Right?
I think it was a car going over a bump.
Okay.
So, Carly, do you want to talk to
I was just
whatever?
gonna say, yeah,
'cause
you guys spend a lot
female
of time
to
here.
and also female to
Right.
female.
Are you comfortable doing that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, cool, right on.
So should I say,
Just
introduce myself and
Sure.
stuff?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Just speak to it like you're speaking to somebody, a normal person.
Hi, I'm Carly. You probably recognize me because I'm up here a lot. And I don't mean you any harm, and neither does anyone else here. We just kind of want to know if you are here. Could you please make some sort of noise? The other day when Darren and I were up here, was that you making those bangings?
What were, what were the maximum sentences that were given at
So,
this?
2 years less a day,
Okay,
the county jail.
okay.
Did you hear that?
I did, yeah. Oh, I just heard a noise, kind of like a, ooh. Are you behind me? Behind me sitting on the steps? You can come over this way, nobody's gonna harm you.
I heard the ooh.
Yeah, you heard that as well, right?
Yeah.
Yep. It wasn't outside though.
Yeah.
It's weird. I haven't heard anything.
That was the second time behind me anyhow. That's when I heard it, where I heard it.
Yeah, get directly, almost in that room. That's
Yeah,
outside.
exactly. Yeah, and it's very cold by my left arm. It's very cold behind me right now. I hear footsteps. Do you hear that?
No.
It was almost like, it was like a boot. Like, I can't do it with my shoes, but it was kind of like that.
Okay, you know what? There was a chair up there, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go sit in that chair here.
Up here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take that. You guys stay here. Keep doing that, and I'll just sit.
Okay.
Maybe I'll actually hear some.
Nothing ever seems to happen when I'm around. Ask if it wants me to leave.
Do you want Ben to leave? Ben, to be honest, doesn't believe in you. So I don't know if you find that as a negative, or if you want him to leave, can you make a noise? Can you bang on one of the cells or stomp your feet or something like that if you want Ben to leave?
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
It was his footsteps.
Yeah.
A couple footsteps.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
Can you do something that I can hear, and then I will go downstairs and leave you alone?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a little freaked out. Okay. Was it behind you, Carly, or unsure?
It felt like it was just about to come around the corner there.
Okay.
Yeah, like they were getting louder.
I'm just gonna set your light here, Carly.
Okay.
Ben, you're gonna stay there for a sec, right?
Sure.
Okay, I'm just gonna sit here. I don't wanna be too obtrusive if there's something there.
Are you scared of seeing something?
No, I don't
That's
want,
scary.
if there is something, I don't want to make it feel uncomfortable. Is that you moving, Ben?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I was
No,
looking
that's
behind me.
okay.
There's just the shadows behind me give an impression of something leaning over me.
God, I wish it was something leaning over you. So we'll try this again. Do you want Ben to leave? Maybe take a couple of footsteps again or make a very loud noise so it's very definitive.
Can you let it go?
It's weird, it's like it's stuck.
Yeah. Turn it off, turn it back on, just for the heck of it. There's an underground cable or something here. If there's anyone out here who wants to contact us, wants to speak with us, you can use this device in my hand. It's not going to harm you in any way. Feel free to speak into it. Well, I'll be able to hear it later. Shane has one in his hand as well. My name's Paul. Shane, this is Brad. We haven't met you tonight already. Hello. Hi. If we have met you already, can you let us know?
I had goosebumps. I felt it sounded like someone was walking on the grass behind me. I had goosebumps on both my arms.
Nice. If that's you walking behind Brad, can you come forward? Can you come closer to us over here? If you are buried back here, and you want to be removed and buried properly in a cemetery, you have to let us know. You have to let us know definitely. Either speak into our audio.
Hold it steady at 2 again.
It's got to be something with that wall, that area.
Yeah. Or running underground. Or...
I feel very heavy in this room.
Yes.
You do as well, eh? Yeah. I feel borderline uncomfortable, like I almost feel nauseous. 0.4.
Like I feel like my shoulders are getting, like there's weight on my shoulders.
On top? Okay. Do you not want us in this room with you? Is that why it's so uncomfortable in here?
I thought I felt something like
That you got touched?
not necessarily touch, but almost like a little like play with my head.
Yeah, I saw you kind of scoot over there.
Somebody set an alarm off inside.
Prison break.
Yeah, I think we came through the door that has mechanism.
But did you hear another sound up there?
Okay, thanks guys.
There was up there.
Oh, I just saw something. Did you
Over
see
there?
that?
A
You saw
shadow.
that as
Yeah,
well.
there was a shadow.
Oh my god, Ben, you finally saw something.
Well, it was going past the window, so it could have been anything. Could have been a pigeon. They're outside.
No, that was, dude, that was full length, and you saw that at the same time.
I saw a shadow, but I saw it go past the window.
It blocked the light in the window, is what I saw. It went left to right for me from what I saw.
Yeah.
That's it.
This
Yeah,
kind of a
exactly.
downward.
That's exactly
Oh,
right.
noise.
That's what I saw.
Did you hear that noise?
Yep.
That was a big bang. Where are they? Did you guys bang anything?
Did you guys bang anything? No?
Ooh, there was a big bang down here.
Yeah, Ben and I just saw a shadow go across the window. Almost like
This one.
To me, it was almost like it came down the stairs, Ben. Is that how it was?
Well, it came down at an angle,
On
yeah.
an angle, exactly.
And then there was just a big bang. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did. Yep.
Did you hear it, Carly? The bang?
Yeah,
Yeah.
down there.
I'm telling you, Ben. I mean, it was full. Like,
I saw I saw a smaller shadow go across.
But pigeons don't fly at night.
What they do when they get scared out in the courtyard?
They were cooing outside the window where we were.
Oh, were they?
I would say that. I'm sorry.
Well, there was a bang downstairs. Shall we go down
I'll
and
just
check
show
it?
you what I would have noticed, Ben. So from over there, it would have been like here. Like that. Oh, what was that?
Is that you guys or is that down there?
I heard a bang again.
I came walking up.
But I'm just wondering, it may have echoed down there or
Right.
Or well, there was a bang down there earlier, so maybe we should check.
Okay,
go
let's
check.
do that. Yeah.
Is there anyone in here with me? Just turn the ghost radar on my phone to see if I can make any connection that way too. I have the K2 going, my ghost radar on my phone, and an audio recorder plus the handheld camera. So hopefully between all these devices I can capture something on here.
So I'm cleaning this one out instead.
Yep, go ahead.
There's nothing here, something there, looking in. That doesn't come this far. That makes any sense. Stays to its, and it seems happy now that we moved that. Like it seems to be, it seems to flow better. Like it's moving better. Like
Well, I think it was coming down into this hallway that the elder picked up on
Yeah.
something.
Well, you and I were discussing that outside, on how this area here, for the basement, it's mainly when I come through here, I can feel it. I'm fine walking around down through into the boiler room, I'm fine. It's coming through this area. No, I don't know if it's the uniforms, like all the World War II uniform, World War I uniforms are stored in that area.
I mean, that would give you a lot of residual, a lot of residual emotion in it, for sure. Yeah, I think that's why Shane and I are like on the third floor, the one side with all the cells where the mannequins are. We're really, both of us are really agitated in that area, and I think that's, we really got agitated going in the first cell where I think it's, I'm guessing, off the top of my head, it looks like War of 1812.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
tomahawks and things like that. We were both.
Yeah, that's Champlain.
Yeah, that's a Champagne.
Yeah, we were both in there. We were just like, well, we're not comfortable. And
Yeah.
after we left that room, we went back up to where our video monitor is, and the cell door was open. We didn't leave it open. We went back and closed it, and we tested it, and they always close. Like no matter where you leave it, it closes, and we couldn't get it to stay open.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, the artifacts up there have they're holding a lot.
A lot of them are original artifacts.
And like I say, if it's weaponry that's taken lives, you've got essence of life, you've got blood. Like, whether it's been cleaned off or not, it still took a life.
Okay, well I've spent about 15 minutes in solitary confinement, and got a couple of hits on the Ghost Radar app on my phone, which said escape. I asked how, I believe I asked how anyway, and it said outer. There were a couple of, I'll have to review the words, but there were a couple of interesting hits with that. But other than that, it's pretty flat in here. So I've got no feelings, no hits on the K2. So I'm just going to review the audio and see if anybody was in here with me.
I was like, I got here and I say, it felt like something touched me in the face.
Yeah.
And then when I got in here, it felt like there was something.
Hopefully that's them.
Check and see where they are.
Hey guys, someone walking around up there?
Yeah, we just came downstairs and headed to base, so that was us.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I was like, as soon as I got in here, like I say, something was touching me, and it feels like it's an aggravated, like an agitated.
Yeah.
And then I came over here, And that's why.
Close?
It's one of the, like, it's one of the things you use for smudging.
Yeah. For me, my whole arm is raised right now, and my whole back is just.
If there's anyone, there we go. If there's anyone here who wants to speak with us, feel free. My name's Paul, this is Brad. If we haven't met you already this evening, we're not here to harm you in any way. We're not here to disrespect you in any way. We're just here to communicate with you. We're just here to speak with you. We're here to hear your story, or if you have any messages, we can pass these messages along.
What was that, Paul?
Move away. Move away.
You okay, buddy?
It's different than before. Like, the one that touches me on my hand is different. This one's aggravating me. It just keeps doing this. And I'm like, the spider.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so it's annoying, right? Yeah.
And I was trying not to get angry, but it's just,
Right. It just got to your point, to your tipping point.
Come and do that to me.
Come and touch Ben, or touch myself.
Problem is now I'm imagining it just.
Did you really? Come and touch my arm.
stop.
Oh, cold breeze in the back of my head. Fuck, it's like somebody's blowing on me now.
I don't want to. Like, I don't want to ban it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to push it away.
No. What the fuck is that? Off.
And then you go,
What the fuck, man?
Is it still bugging you, Rob?
Yeah. Dude, it's like something is blowing on me.
Really? Wow. There's nothing there.
Is that you, Shane?
yeah.
You still getting bugged, Rob?
Yeah, it's like it's honestly, it's like somebody's blowing out of their mouth directly in the back of my neck. Like it's not a breeze. It's not. It's like right on my neck.
Shane, if you see something behind me in that camera, you tell me. Come on. You were blowing on Rob's neck, blow on my neck.
You touched my head. Do it to Ben or do it to me. Keep doing it. You're mischievous.
It was definite, Rob? Like,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was
I
definitely.
mean, because I'm feeling cooler because I was in
Yeah.
a hot room and now
No,
I'm...
it was like someone was blowing on me, not breathing on me, but like 3 or 4 times, and then I got touched in my left part of my forehead.
Okay.
Not brushed, but touched. Yeah.
Like, I would recognize that. as a
Exactly.
touch if it was
Yeah,
me.
because I went like this, like, geez, it pissed me off actually.
Come on.
I think I'm tired.
You're doing it to everybody else. Why aren't you doing it to me? You gotta, if you're gonna touch me or do something to me, you gotta be clear about it. I won't accept a little bit of hair moving as being touched. Come on, do something. Push me, touch me, blow on my neck.
Come and touch my head. Touch my arms, my legs, whatever. Do something.
Well, it's been an interesting evening. Seeing the whole process and how the team works together. I've been impressed with all of that. I can't say that I saw anything or felt anything out of the ordinary. The downstairs area that I find creepy was still kind of creepy, and Paul picked up on that as well, which I found interesting.
At first it was more kind of freaky, and then I relaxed a little bit and got used to it. The most exciting part of the night, I think, for me was when I was in the room that most people were having a lot of issues with. It was the room, there's lots of paintings on the wall, and it was just me and one other person, and I felt like as if someone had come up behind me and gone like this, like played with my hair or something. And I've also talked to Liz, she's also had something like that happen too.
I've never been on anything like this before. I've read about it, I've seen things on TV, but to be here tonight and to see what everybody goes through and how they interact with each other, like it's wonderful.
Our hosts were great. Tom, Liz, and Carly were fabulous. They joined us in the investigation, which was awesome. They got very involved, and it was a great night. Kind of went into the evening not really knowing what to expect. And I think I was pleasantly surprised. Certainly the second and third floor provided some personal experiences, I think, for many of us, and it turned out to be a very fun night.
We were on the second floor and we were heading down the hallway towards the stairs, and there's a window at the end of the hall, and both Rob and I saw something black move past the window, and Rob is convinced it was a big figure. I'm more inclined to believe it was a pigeon outside. We disagree on what it actually was, but there was something that went by the window, and that was kind of interesting.
You know what? Coming in was, I didn't have a lot of expectations because, like I said before, I came in and really had no feelings other than a couple of odd little spots here and there. But as the night went on, there seemed to be a lot more activity everywhere you went.
Some of the experiences I had this evening varied depending on what floor, from being touched in, I would say, like a lovingly motherly way, to being harassed on another floor where somebody just was bullying and just wouldn't leave me alone, to we've heard footsteps galore.
This is just a great background. I mean, the whole story here, the place looks great, and it didn't disappoint as far as an investigation was concerned. So we'd be happy to come back again for sure.
I don't think there's anything bad here. I think there's something restless here, and but it's been a great experience. This building served as a jail from 1863 to 2003. So you've got a lot of stories of misery in and out of this building. There were a couple of hangings here, and we have, I think, 3 graves in the courtyard. So you never know. If any place ought to be haunted, this is probably it. Before we opened, we brought in...
The lights are always on in the same spot.
I'll be sure I turned off all the lights at night, and then I'll come in the next morning to turn them back on, and they're already on. Or there's a little office down here, and then there's this big hallway that I'm standing in now, and I'll be working that alone. No one else will be here, and I'll just look up feeling as if someone's about to walk into the room or is coming down the hall and no one's there.
My husband had an experience that kind of upset him a little bit. He was here by himself. I had to slip out for a while, and it was on a weekend, Sunday, and usually it was about 5:30 at night. And when I came back, he's sitting on the outdoor step, and I'm, what's going on? And he told me that he could hear voices. He could hear a perfect conversation going on, and he knew he was the only one in here.
The creepiest one was probably when I was upstairs on the 3rd floor, which is the top floor. It hasn't been restored or anything, or cleaned up. There's still even graffiti written on there from the prisoners, and I was up there with another coworker, and we were just kind of looking around for office spaces, getting ideas to build in offices, and we kept hearing a bang from the other cell block, and we were kind of freaked out, but we said, oh well, maybe it's just the cell bars hitting each other. So we went over there and hit the bars together to try and see if it was a sound, and it was a different sound, so we left and came back downstairs. I don't like going downstairs to the basement specifically. If no one else is in the building, I won't go upstairs, like to the 3rd floor or to the basement. I'll just stay where the tour areas are.
People come through this building, and the first question they seem to have is this place haunted? And we can't honestly say, so I'm hoping that we can get a resolution to that question tonight.
Initially, I thought the exterior of the building was quite interesting. The old stonework and everything is quite unique, I find. But we've done an initial walkthrough with some of the staff here at the museum, and usually I pick up some sort of feeling, but tonight there's only really one spot that I actually had, a feeling of hair standing up and whatnot. So
far, since we've got here, we've our hosts Tom, Liz, and Carly. They give us a tour of the location, showed us outside all of the cell blocks, 1st, 2nd, 3rd floor basement, and so now
a half a dozen archaeologists and a First Nations elder to unpack the archaeology before we set up an exhibit. We were unpacking the archaeology, and at one point I heard somebody call my name quite distinctly, and I responded. And I responded again. I didn't get any answers, so I shrugged it off. We took everybody for a tour through the building down into the basement, and the elder said to me, is this place haunted? And I said, well, you tell me. And he said, well, I feel a presence here. And later on, I was talking to one of my colleagues there, and I said, well, what do you think about this haunting business? Because I wanted to feel her out on the whole issue. And she said, well, you're the one that heard somebody call you.
I've had people come in here actually on tours and they have friends that are mediums, and they've been saying, I need to bring my friend through here. There has to be something in here.
My main thing with it is I've been here for 5 years now, and I don't live too far away from here, and a lot of evenings when we leave, the lights, I know the lights are off. I know I've turned them off myself, and I will go out later on in the evening with my husband for a drive or something, and mainly the third floor.